If you are a man over 50, there is something sitting quietly in your kitchen right now that could change how your body feels tomorrow morning. Not by eating it, but by applying it to very specific parts of your body before bed. It is not a pill, not a supplement, and not a new medical gadget. It is something so simple, most men overlook it their entire lives. Extra virgin olive oil. I know that sounds surprising, maybe even a little strange, but stay with me, because what I am about to share combines centuries of Mediterranean wisdom with modern urology and physiology. And it is one of the most natural, effective, and relaxing habits I have ever taught to men in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. I am Dr. Jason Brooks, men's health specialist, a board-certified urologist with over 30 years of experience helping men restore circulation, vitality, and confidence naturally. My goal is simple: to help men like you age strong, sleep better, and feel fully alive again without relying on risky medication or quick fixes. In today's video, I will show you exactly where to apply olive oil, why it matters so much for male health, and how this nightly practice can support circulation, relax tight tissues, and improve your performance and energy in ways that often surprise men who try it. This is not a trendy internet trick or new age claim. It is physiology, the same principles that keep your blood vessels healthy, your nerves responsive, and your muscles supple. Mediterranean men have known this for generations. They used olive oil not just in their food, but as part of their body care. It was applied to sore muscles, dry skin, and even the lower abdomen and back to maintain what they called vigor. And today, modern research explains why it worked. Men in regions like Greece, Italy, and Spain continue to show better circulation, stronger hormone balance, and more consistent vitality well into their 70s compared to men in many Western countries. Diet is one part of that. But what few people realize is that external use of olive oil was equally common in their homes. It supported recovery, relaxation, and local blood flow naturally. Here is what happens inside your body when you use it correctly. Olive oil is rich in oleic acid and squalene, two compounds that allow it to absorb deeply into the outer layers of your skin and soft tissue. Once there, it acts like a natural conditioner. It softens muscle fibers, loosens tight fascia, reduces minor inflammatory tension, and encourages better local circulation when massaged in with warm hands. Its vitamin E content protects delicate vessel linings and helps them stay flexible. For men over 50, this simple combination, oil plus touch, can make a measurable difference. Not because it is magic, but because it targets the real issue behind most age-related decline. Tight tissue, stagnant blood flow, and chronic low-level inflammation that builds quietly over decades. Think of it this way. Your body is like an engine that has been running for years. The oil that once kept the parts smooth has thinned out. The moving pieces are tighter, and the circulation of energy is slower. This practice is about gently restoring that flow. In the next few minutes, I will walk you through how to prepare, how much oil to use, and the specific areas that matter most for men's vitality. You will understand why each zone connects directly to circulation, hormones, and even restful sleep. By the end, you will know exactly how to turn a simple kitchen oil into a 15-minute nightly ritual that supports every part of your well-being. Before we start, I want to hear from you. Type in the comments and tell me where you are watching from. I love seeing men from across the world sharing this journey, from California to London, from Manila to Johannesburg. And remember, this video is about real results, not myths. Stay with me because the placement and method matter more than you think. Once you understand them, you will realize how a few mindful minutes before bed can completely change the way you feel in the morning. Now, let's get into the first step of this routine and the area most men overlook but benefit from the most. Now that you understand why olive oil can make such a difference, let's talk about how to use it correctly. The secret is not in how much oil you apply, but where and how you work it into the body. For men over 50, these areas are where blood flow slows first and tension quietly builds up over time. The first area is your lower abdomen, the space between your belly button and the top of your pubic bone. Under this skin lie the main blood vessels that feed your pelvis, including branches that supply circulation to your reproductive organs. If these tissues stay tight and stagnant, you feel it as stiffness, low energy, or reduced sensitivity. Here is how to do it. Start by warming a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil between your palms. Cold oil shocks the skin and reduces absorption. Warmth opens pores and helps the oil glide smoothly. Then, using both hands, begin at your navel and make slow clockwise circles moving downward until you reach just above the pubic bone. Use firm but comfortable pressure, the same amount you would use when kneading bread dough. Spend about 3 to 5 minutes here. The clockwise direction is not random. It follows the natural movement of your digestive system and lightly stimulates the vagus nerve, which helps relax the nervous system and balance arousal and calmness. Most men describe a subtle warmth spreading across the lower abdomen and pelvis during this step. That sensation is improved blood flow, and that's exactly what we want. When you do this consistently, you're conditioning the tissues that supply the most critical areas for male health. You're also signaling to your nervous system that it's safe to relax, which is essential for performance, sleep, and hormone regulation. The second area is the inner thighs, from the mid-thigh up to the crease where your thigh meets your groin. This corridor houses the femoral artery and major lymphatic channels, both crucial for healthy pelvic circulation. After decades of sitting, driving, and stress, these muscles, called the adductors, become short, stiff, and congested. That tightness limits blood return from the legs and reduces flow into the pelvis, making everything feel slower and heavier. Take another tablespoon of warm olive oil and work one thigh at a time. Start at the knee and glide upward toward the groin with long, deliberate strokes. Always move upward, never down, because you're helping the blood and lymph move back toward the heart. Spend about 2 minutes per leg. You'll probably notice a few tender or rope-like spots along the inner thigh. That's normal. Those are tight muscle bands, or areas where circulation has slowed. Over several sessions, those points soften and release. Most men tell me they feel lighter, warmer, and more flexible afterward. Here's the science behind it. The combination of warmth, friction, and olive oil's natural lipid structure temporarily increases microcirculation. That's the small capillary blood flow that feeds tissues deep under the skin. When circulation improves, oxygen and nutrients move freely, while waste products like lactic acid clear out faster. This single change can reduce discomfort, improve flexibility, and help restore natural function where men often notice decline first. If you want to enhance the effect, mix a few drops of rosemary essential oil into your olive oil. Rosemary supports blood flow and gives a mild warming sensation that many men enjoy. Just be careful. Essential oils are potent. A little goes a long way. These two areas, the lower abdomen and the inner thighs, are your foundation. They connect directly to your circulation, your pelvic muscles, and even your prostate health. And if you only have time for one part of the routine, start here. You'll still notice real changes in how your body feels, sleeps, and performs. In the next part, we'll move into the zones most men never think to care for. Yet they're often the key to restoring deeper circulation and relaxation: the perineum, the lower back, and the feet. Each of these areas connects directly to the nerves and vessels that influence male vitality. And I'll show you exactly how to approach them safely and effectively. Now that you have worked on the lower abdomen and inner thighs, it is time to move to the areas that most men never think about, but make the biggest difference once they do. These regions are small, sensitive, and often overlooked, but they directly affect your circulation, nerve function, and hormone response. The third area is the perineum, the small diamond of skin between your scrotum and your anus. It may feel awkward to even mention, but this is one of the most important zones for men's health. Under that thin layer of skin lie the roots of the erectile bodies, key blood vessels, nerve branches, and connective tissue related to the prostate and pelvic floor. When this tissue becomes tight or compressed, as it often does after years of sitting, cycling, or chronic stress, the result is restricted blood flow and sluggish nerve response. That can show up as weaker performance, pelvic tension, or discomfort. Here is how to work with it safely. Warm a small teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil between your fingers. With clean hands, gently touch the perineum and make slow circular motions for 1 to 2 minutes. You are not pressing deeply or forcing anything, just slow, light circles that help the area relax and warm. You might notice a subtle pulsing or gentle heat spreading across the pelvis. That is blood flow returning. Olive oil's natural vitamin E and antimicrobial properties also help keep this delicate skin healthy. For many men, this becomes the most relaxing part of the entire routine. After several nights, they report sleeping more deeply and feeling less pelvic tightness during the day. The fourth area is the lower back from the top of your tailbone up about 6 inches. This zone is more than just muscle. Deep within are the lumbar and sacral plexuses, nerve networks that carry the electrical signals controlling arousal, erection, and orgasm. When the tissues around them are tense, those signals can weaken or misfire. You can do this alone, but if you have a partner, ask for help. Warm 2 tablespoons of olive oil and use slow, firm, circular movements across the lower back. If you reach areas that feel tight or tender, spend extra time there. Work the muscles on both sides of the spine, especially around the base of the back where many men hold stress. Most men describe an immediate sense of relief, like a weight lifting off their back. As the muscles soften, pressure around the nerves decreases. That allows cleaner, stronger signals to pass from your spinal cord to the pelvis, signals that your body relies on for healthy function and sensitivity. If you want to elevate this part of the routine, you can mix a few drops of peppermint essential oil into your olive oil for a cooling and then warming effect. The scent itself triggers mild relaxation through your parasympathetic system, the same network that helps you sleep, digest, and recover. The fifth and final area is the soles of your feet, especially the arches and the soft area just below the ball of each foot. Reflexology aside, the science here is simple. When you massage the feet, you boost total body circulation and calm the nervous system. This step helps your body transition into rest and repair mode, the state where testosterone, growth hormones, and repair processes naturally work best. Warm a small amount of olive oil in your hands and spend about 3 minutes per foot. Use firm thumb pressure along the arch, moving slowly and breathing deeply. Find any tender spots and stay on them until the tightness softens. Men who try this often tell me they sleep like a rock afterward, waking up feeling clear and calm. If you combine these 3 final areas, the perineum, lower back, and feet, you create a full-body feedback loop. The perineum supports blood flow to the pelvis and prostate. The lower back relaxes the nerves that regulate arousal and energy. The feet calm the entire system and promote deep recovery while you sleep. Together with the abdomen and thighs, these steps form a powerful nightly ritual that supports circulation, hormone balance, and natural vitality. And remember, this is not just about performance. It is about overall well-being. When you give your body 15 to 20 minutes of focused attention before bed, you send it a clear message. It is safe to rest, repair, and recharge. That message alone can change how you wake up in the morning. In the next part, I will show you how to prepare your oil blend, how to build this into a nightly 20-minute routine, and what kinds of results to expect week by week. Most men notice differences within the first few days, and after a month, the improvements are hard to ignore. Now that you know where and how to apply olive oil, let's put it all together into one simple, realistic nightly routine. This process takes only 15 to 20 minutes before bed, but the results can reshape how your body feels from the moment you wake up. Start by taking a warm shower about an hour before bed. Warm water relaxes your muscles. It opens pores and removes surface sweat or residue so the oil can actually absorb instead of sitting on top of the skin. After you dry off, set up your space. You'll need a towel, a small bottle of extra virgin olive oil, and if you want to enhance the effect, a prepared vitality blend. Here's how to make that blend. In a dark glass bottle, pour about 4 ounces of extra virgin olive oil. Add 10 drops of rosemary essential oil to support circulation, 5 drops of peppermint oil for a gentle cooling and warming sensation, and 5 drops of sandalwood oil for calmness and grounding. Shake gently before each use. If your skin is sensitive, do a patch test first or stick to plain olive oil for the first week. Now, let's walk through the routine step by step. Lower abdomen, spend 3 to 5 minutes making slow clockwise circles from your navel down to just above the pubic bone. Warm the oil in your hands before starting. The motion and pressure stimulate the vagus nerve, helping your system relax while improving pelvic circulation. Inner thighs, use long upward strokes from the knees toward the groin crease. About 2 minutes per leg is enough. This helps clear stagnation in the adductors and improve blood flow back to the core. Perineum. Take 1 teaspoon of warm oil and make gentle circular motions for 1 to 2 minutes. This softens the fascia and restores local blood flow to the erectile roots and pelvic floor. Lower back. Spend 5 minutes using slow, firm circles across the base of the back and tailbone. Focus on any tight spots. If you have a partner, ask for help here. It often doubles as a deeply relaxing shared routine. Feet. Finish with 3 minutes per foot. Press into the arches with your thumbs and loosen any tender points. This final step signals the body to shift into rest mode. Once you've completed all 5 areas, resist the urge to wipe off the oil right away. Let it absorb for at least 20 minutes. The oil continues to nourish and soften the tissues while you wind down. Wear older pajamas or place a towel over your sheets if you're worried about stains. Now here's what to expect as you stay consistent. Night 1. Most men report sleeping more deeply. The combination of touch, warmth, and natural scent calms the nervous system. You might notice a gentle heat around the lower abdomen or pelvis. That's healthy circulation waking up. First week, you may experience steadier morning energy, better sleep quality, and sometimes more frequent or firmer morning erections. This comes from relaxed pelvic muscles and improved blood flow. Weeks 2 to 3. Circulation patterns begin to normalize. Men often describe better stamina, improved sensitivity, and less low back tension. The body starts responding faster because the fascia and small vessels are staying open. By the end of the first month, the changes become obvious. You move more freely. Sleep feels restorative. Small aches fade. Most men notice more consistent performance and a calmer, steadier mood. At 3 to 6 months, the benefits compound. You'll notice reduced everyday inflammation, more predictable energy levels, and a quiet confidence that comes from feeling physically balanced again. At this point, the massage is no longer a routine. It's a form of maintenance, a short investment that keeps your system tuned and functioning smoothly. If the full sequence feels like too much at first, start with the lower abdomen and inner thighs only. Once it becomes part of your rhythm, add the other areas gradually. The goal is consistency, not perfection. Even 10 minutes of focused care several nights a week can have powerful effects. Remember, what we're doing here isn't about trying to be 25 again. It's about optimizing what you already have, keeping your circulation healthy, your tissues flexible, and your confidence strong as you age. In the next part, I'll explain why this ancient habit works so well for older men from a biological standpoint, what science says about local circulation and nerve function, and how this nightly practice supports hormonal balance and prostate health naturally. Now that you understand the process and what to expect, let's take a closer look at why this routine works so well, especially for men over 50. As men age, the biggest challenges to vitality aren't only hormonal. They are physical and mechanical. Tight fascia, restricted microcirculation, chronic low-grade inflammation, and an overactive stress response slowly limit blood flow, nerve function, and hormonal balance. Olive oil, when used topically with massage, directly addresses those issues. Here's what's happening beneath the surface. Each time you massage, you're activating small nerve receptors under the skin called mechanoreceptors. These send signals to your spinal cord and brain that trigger the release of relaxation hormones like oxytocin and serotonin. That instantly lowers cortisol, lol, the main stress hormone that suppresses testosterone production and disrupts sleep. At the same time, the mechanical movement and gentle heat stimulate nitric oxide production, a natural gas your body uses to relax and widen blood vessels. This improves microcirculation, meaning more oxygen and nutrients reach the tissues that matter most for performance and recovery. Meanwhile, olive oil's rich profile of oleic acid, vitamin E, and squalene helps protect the tiny vessel linings from oxidative wear and tear. That's especially valuable for men over 50, because as we age, these vessel walls stiffen and lose flexibility. Keeping them conditioned improves not just pelvic health but heart and metabolic function as well. Another layer of benefit comes from the nervous system reset. Most men spend the day in fight-or-flight mode. Tight shoulders, shallow breathing, constant thinking. This short nightly ritual shifts the body into the parasympathetic state, also known as rest and repair mode. That's when your body rebuilds.